Welcome to the Rocket Rewind, the show where we get together and talk about things that matter, things that are interesting, and shit that might just blow your mind. Yeah, they're our opinions, and you don't have to like them. We might not like yours either, but feel free to share them in the live chat. This is America, where we have free speech, cancel culture, Karens and Darrens, all working together in such super sweet harmony. Yeah, right. Sometimes the things we talk about might help restore our faith in humanity, but all too often it's going to be stuff that might piss you off like it does us. Make sure you have your grown-up panties on and come join the conversation. Oh yeah, and make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss this weekly dose of provocative discussion. The Rocket Rewind, Sundays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's get into it. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is up?
Hey. What's going on, everybody?
Happy Sunday. Right here. Is that me feeding back? I don't know. I can't tell if it's. No, I don't know.
Better?
Oh, I think that's John.
No.
He must be cooking. He cooking? Okay, man, no big deal. All right, so I thought, well, the reason I asked is because I've been having some issues with my $8 earbuds. They're wanting to go out on me. You can't even buy quality $8 earbuds anymore.
No, you can't buy anything quality for $8 anymore.
No, but I need to replace them anyway. But they've been creating some distortion and stuff. It's kind of weird. Y'all see this 7-year-old kid that I'm talking about that stopped his school bus when his bus driver passed out?
I think I did. I think I did see that.
Yeah. Well, we share so much bad news and talk about so much horrible shit on the channel that I thought it would be a nice change of pace to give somebody some kudos and show something, a little 7th grade hero. He's pretty badass. But before we get started, I know a lot of you ask about Adam and how he's doing. And some of you know that he's been fighting some cancer, and some of you may not. Adam, you want to fill everybody in on what your latest diagnosis and stuff is?
Yeah, so I've been going through this since June of 2020. I got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, and I did 2 rounds of chemo after having a partial colectomy where they removed the metastatic cancer out of my colon. And while they were in there, they took 41 lymph nodes, and out of the 41 lymph nodes that they took out, 23 had cancer cells in them.
Wow.
So I did 2 real strong rounds of chemo, and they had no signs whatsoever of any cancer left. And I was celebrating, and we took a vacation. And while on vacation, a lymph node in my neck swelled up real big, which family history, my dad had cancer. So I knew that if a lymph node swelled up, it's usually not a good sign. You either got an infection that's real bad or your cancer's back. So when I got back from vacation, went immediately to the doctor. They did another biopsy of my lymph node, and then they done a CT scan after getting biopsy back, and there was spots on both of my lungs and that was it, 2 small spots. Well, the oncologist that I had been using suggested, he started me back on standard care until they found a clinical trial that they thought might work with the type of cancer that I have and the genomic markers that it showed. With the genomic markers that it showed, they were able to get me into a study at Vanderbilt in Nashville. And at first it worked really well, and then it just stopped. And so when it stopped, it had spread to both of my lungs, and then I had 2 spots on my liver. And so they tried she tried another clinical trial that she thought might work, and it didn't do anything. I think it just kind of aggravated the cancer, and it spread even worse. And so she gave me the option of, she gave me 3 options. She said I could come home and get comfortable with my family and call hospice. I could come back and try standard care, or I could wait for another clinical trial. Well, my decision was to try standard care again to see if we could get it back under control. But at this point, nothing's working on it. So it's just spreading in my lungs and my liver. And the oncologist that I have is wonderful. And he's racking his brain and calling every cancer clinic across the country, trying to find either a clinical trial or another combination of different chemo drugs that could work. But at this point, there's really nothing that he's been able to come up with. So that's where we're at. So I'm just kind of waiting in limbo and waiting on a prayer and God's grace. So,
well, those of you out there that that pray, or Adam can use some prayers. I mean, I've only known Adam for roughly 8 years.
I think it's 8 years
or so.
Yeah.
But you'll never meet a more dear friend and somebody that has your back as Adam. So if any of you out there pray, please pray for Adam, and we may set up some type of GoFundMe or something soon, just to kind of help you. Of course, he's unable to work, as you know, and going through all these medical treatments, it's expensive. And even the trips back and forth to different clinics and different doctors' offices and all that can be fairly expensive. So keep an eye out on the community tab on the page. We may post something in the coming week or so if y'all are able to help out any. But Adam will keep us updated on what's going on. I'm sure you've got good days and bad days, right? Where you're a little more mobile on some days than you are other days, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang in as long as I can.
I hear you. Well, you know what they say: if the good die young, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. But I have plans on Tuesday to go down. Adam lives about 30-ish or so minutes from me now. I have some plans to go down there and visit with him on Tuesday. We can go out and eat and stuff and talk about some things and all that. But I don't like for us to get too deep off personal in other people's personal business or whatever. But I did ask Adam ahead of time if he was cool with this, and I know a lot of you watching out there, realize that we're human beings, and we've got shit going on in our lives, and I just thought y'all might want an update on what Adam's dealing with right now. So. Stay tuned for something we may try to do to kind of help out there financially if we can. So that's shit news, of course. I was hoping you had better prognosis from this last visit. But I mean, it's like you say, all we can really do is pray and hope, and maybe something to break loose somewhere, and they have a program that might help. A new trial or some kind of new medication that some billionaire is actually going to let people get at a decent price and try to help. But all of you out there, I do appreciate y'all, checking in on Adam from time to time in Discord and stuff and seeing how things are going and that kind of thing. So let's get into and welcome, Stacey. Glad you can make it.
Yeah. I had something.
They decided
I was supposed to take someone to the airport, but someone decided to go get drunk at the bar instead of going to the airport, and they passed out at the bar, so they can find their own ride to the airport.
Oh wow. Okay, well there you go. Pete and Paul, right? Put one foot in front of the other.
That shit.
Yeah. So let's look at this. I titled this show Hero Seventh Grader because we share so much, I don't know, bad news, I guess you could say, or when things go wrong with law enforcement, or assholes decide to shoot and kill people in the world or something like that. So I wanted to. Now, this kid has gone viral. He's been on like every news network since this happened. And it was very difficult to find an uncut version of this video. And this one actually is not the full video. You can tell it cuts off, at the end. I'm sure there's some more good stuff. Stu's having pork chops, man. I'm a little bit jealous. But this kid, I'm telling you, he watch the panic or listen to the panic from these other kids and watch how even and cool this kid stays. He's in the 7th grade, right? So what is that, like 13?
Yeah, something like that.
12, 13, something like that.
Yeah.
This is out of it doesn't say it in here, but it's I believe it was in Wisconsin. And he's on the school bus, and we'll see here the school bus driver has a medical emergency. This one is coming from WXYZ TV out of Detroit. Thank them so much for having a video that didn't have a whole bunch of edited and audio and all that stuff on it. But let's check this dude out. Hey, Ron, what's up? Oh, I forgot to tell everybody hello. Who all we got? Let's do that first. Megan D. Gaming. Stu Dorman, Nicholas Peel. There's Steve, the body man. Y'all know him. Southpaw's here. Stacy's a guy gaming. Y'all know him. He's here with us too. Gaming with Eric Boyce is here. Jorge Gaming is here. What's up, Jorge? How's things in Chi-Town today? Adam's here. Y'all know Adam. Cody Froman 94 is here. What's up, Cody? Eric Boyce. See, Marcy B, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Chris Talbert, moderator to the stars. There's Ron plays games in the house. Taylor Ray is here. What's up? What's up? All right, so let's show this kid off a little bit. I'm kind of proud of him.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you. If when I was in the 7th grade, if something like this happened, I probably would have been one of the screaming kids in the back. Not really. Not really. Like, oh my God! I don't know if I would have had the mental awareness and calmness that this kid has to pull this off. Chris Crash Craft Gaming, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So here we go. Let's watch this. By the way, I could never drive a school bus.
Yeah,
I don't have the patience for it.
It's easy. It's very easy.
Thank you, bad guy.
I kind of like my own kids. I couldn't deal with other people's.
Yeah.
So what kind of medical problem does this guy have? Do you know?
Looks like he's just overheating.
It's a she, yeah.
Or she, sorry.
Is it she?
Yeah, she fanned herself with her hat, but then she radios in and says she's feeling dizzy. Now, it almost to me looks like a seizure once it kicks in. But
I haven't seen that. Yeah.
But of course, I'm not sure.
kind of wish she'd pulled over before she radioed it in.
She should have just pulled over.
Oh man,
Mm.
I feel bad. She's trying to stop. Like,
Yeah. There she goes.
yeah.
She's trying to stay up, but it ain't working.
Yeah.
Bus is
fighting that
moving.
hard.
You can see it's still moving.
Oh yeah, the arm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, someone call 911. Now. Someone call 911. I don't care. Someone call 911.
What are they screaming about? Kid had it under control.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had it under control, but they was all freaking out back there.
I didn't have glasses at that age, so I wouldn't have been seeing what the fuck was going on anyways.
You'd have been one of the blind kids halfway back.
Yeah. I didn't have glasses back then. I would have been like, all right, cool.
Now the important thing is, do you have any follow-ups on that woman? Is she okay?
I actually no.
I got this.
I looked, and like I say, there's so many people were doing like these fluff pieces on it. And don't get me wrong. I mean, some of the news folks went out to his house. He has in his front yard, he has, the signage you can get for like, graduate or happy birthday, whatever. It's just the big letters and stuff.
Yeah.
They've got like hero in his front yard that I think the school district did or something like that. Somebody did. And, the mayor has issued a proclamation, saying he's a hero for saving the kids. The school board has been real vocal about the fact that he saved lives that day. So he's gotten a lot of press, but he's very quiet. He's not really wanting to talk about it. His parents to talk about it, and they're proud of him, and they should be. But he himself, he's just like, one of the things I saw when doing some digging around on it was his parents had asked him, how in the world did you know what to do? And the little boy's name is Dylan, and he's like, well, I watch her drive the bus every day. I watch her stop it every day, So just the fact that he's paying attention and knew, number one, let's control the steering wheel to keep it from running off the road. And two, let's get the brake on there. And then knowing where the control was to put it into park, was important. Hello, Megan.
Yeah, he was paying attention too. He was sitting 5 rows back.
5 rows back. Wow. I couldn't find any update on the bus driver.
Yeah.
Well,
I wish they would have had a camera from the back, kind of showing toward the front.
They usually do.
Okay,
the
bus driver,
the back door.
The bus driver, a 40-year-old woman, is stable but with precautions and was transported to the hospital for examination.
Okay, so they haven't really released what happened yet. Yeah. Hey, Toe for Life, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream.
It'll be a while before she drives the bus again.
Yeah, well, I mean, because you can't have medical issues like that, and
they won't take the CDL, but what they'll do is they'll take the medical card, and then when she goes in to renew her license, they'll take the Class B off of it and give her a Class E.
Yeah. But I'm proud of this dude. I'm proud of little Dylan, man, to jump up and be able to save the students like that, because you got to think, what's the number? How many students you think are on there? What, a minimum of probably 10 and a maximum of maybe 30 something?
36.
So between 10 and 30 something other kids were sitting there screaming their lives in the balance, not to mention other people on the roadway. And then this boy jumps up and is able to stop the bus.
It sounded like he said, call the cops. They said something. He was like, I don't care. Call the cops.
Yeah, he was saying, call 911. Somebody said something. He's like, I don't care. Call 911 now. Oh, yeah. I'm doing good there, Toe and Jorge. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
What's up, John Wayne?
So now, hey, John Wayne, yeah, welcome. So, I get a lot of these things suggested because I watch so much stuff, YouTube kind of knows, hey, you might like to watch this. And so I have a lot of suggested things that pop up from time to time, which is why sometimes the show changes. Like I may have one thing that I think we're going to talk about, and then some other shit pops up that is something we need to look at.
Y'all get ready. We're about to talk about the mole.
Oh no, but I will tell you, if you have Netflix, The Mole on Netflix is a good show to watch. I've binge watched it and watched the entire season that was out there. It's pretty good. We talked about a really cool person, and now I want to talk about some shit bags real quick.
All right, hold on.
Let's go for it.
Because I don't really know how to refer to these two other than shit bags. Video shows student being told to eat his own vomit with a spoon as staffers watched. This is at an elementary school. This is not a daycare or in somebody's house. Now this one is from Fox 59's website, but this made national news as well. Oh, hey, there's some nice dentures. But these staffers are facing criminal charges after investigators say they told a 7-year-old student to eat his own vomit and failed to report the incident. Yeah, let me pull this up. I don't want to do too much of the audio because these are the bastards that
eat his own vomit.
There we go. Here's these bitches. Here's these bitches.
That one on the left looks guilty. That one on the right, I'll give her benefit of the doubt.
How much is the bond amounts for slapping the shit out?
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Did it say?
Well, I'm not suggesting anybody go catch an assault and battery charge or anything, but from my understanding, this was a special needs kid.
Oh God.
Who either didn't like what he was eating or something. I don't know how it came about, but he kind of gagged a little bit, and one of these bitches right here told him, if you throw up, we're gonna make you eat it. And they did.
If I would have seen that, I would have just I would not be
that's
that person.
That's one of those things where if the parent passing out an ass whipping, I think probably there's no sense in tying up the court on that. Let that ass whipping just rest. Let it go.
Let it roll.
Let that ride.
Hey, Joe Boyd in Blade Studios in Brooklyn. What is going on?
Bad guy. What up, bro?
Stream. Yeah, the bad guy is hanging out with us.
My nephew with special needs. If something like that happened to him, I would have to bond my sister out of jail. Like,
oh, look, let me tell you. I believe it because my wife has bebopped up in the school before, bypassed the office with the administrator trying to chase her down the hall and stop her because she was on the way to my son's classroom at an elementary school one time. And she got to the class and she got the teacher out and she said what she needed to say right there in front of God, the administrator, the students, and everybody. But
I can do this in there. I can do it out here.
And that's exactly what she told her too, because the teacher's like, she was like, she knocked on the door and she was like, I need to speak with you. And she was like, well, I'm in the middle of the class right now. She said, well, we can do this in there or we can do this out here. Your choice. And you've met my wife before, Adam. You know. Yeah. So these bitches made this kid eat his vomit. I don't care. Now, I mean, I don't know that he had to eat the whole thing. I don't think it went to that extreme, but it doesn't matter. Even if it was one spoonful or any, what I'm saying? That's absolutely wrong.
Disgusting. How would they like it if somebody made them eat their own vomit?
Well, I'd be willing to volunteer for that. Well, I don't know. Let me take that back. I don't have a weak stomach, but vomit is one of the few things I can't handle. You know,
I know what you mean. It's
my poor wife and kids, I can't help them when they get sick like that. I can't. I'll run past the bathroom and toss you a cold, wet rag. That's the best I can do for you. I can't hear it, see it, or smell it.
Oh man,
none of it. I can't do none of it. But I don't have a weak stomach. Now I can stomach a lot of stuff. But it's just something about that I can't do.
Vomit. 2 of those staffers involved are charged with neglect of a dependent as a level 6 felony and failure to report, which is a Class B misdemeanor. 3 others who witnessed that scene are charged with failure to report. Police say the family is being very understanding.
Being very understanding.
Not
better
me.
start writing,
Man.
better write a good check with a lot of zeros.
Woo, I wouldn't
me.
be understanding. I can tell you.
Understand that.
But so school employees, a lot of people don't think about this, but school employees are what they're in a classification of group of people that are required reporters.
Yeah.
And so if they see what they think may be child abuse, child neglect, anything like that, when a student comes to school, they're obligated to report that.
Because they're the ones doing it.
Well, no. Well, the other 3 that witnessed this happening had an obligation to report, and did not, and so they're also.
They terminated all of them.
They terminated all of them.
Good.
Yeah.
We don't need that kind of problem, working in the school system.
Yeah, not to go too much in my past, I can tell you that if a kid comes in with a bruise, you have to tell someone that kid came in with a bruise.
Yeah.
You have to.
And my sister had to deal with some issues with my nephew where the teacher and they have teacher's aide that help them and stuff, and the teacher's aide was wonderful, but the teacher was awful. And she had taken one of the students' hands and slammed them down on the desk, and he kept doing it. I said, "You're going to stay right here, and kept doing it. And they didn't do nothing to him. But I think those classes are the very classes that should be required to have cameras, because those kids are the most likely not to be able to speak out for themselves.
Right.
Exactly. Hey, Stephen. What's up? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. So this one, this does say that he was a special education student. It occurred on April the 12th. Oh, no, it was reported on April the 12th, but it occurred in February.
Damn.
Yes, that long. So here's who got charged with what. Let's zoom in on this a little bit. Brown Elementary life skills teacher Sarah Seymour, 27, bitch number 1, neglect of a dependent as a level 6 felony and failure to report, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Brown Elementary life skills instructional aide Deborah Knippy or whatever, bitch number 2, age 63, neglect of a dependent as a level 6 felony and failure to report. Life skills teacher Julie Taylor, 48, half bitch 1, failure to report, a Class B misdemeanor. Brown Elementary life skills instructional aide Kristen Mitchell, half bitch number 2, 38, failure to report. Kids count registered behavioral. Hold on. Registered behavioral technician. Now that sounds like you went to school for some serious shit to me.
Yeah.
And you think this is okay and didn't report it? That's
Right.
So she gets a full bitch strike for me there. Megan King, she's 24, failure to report, a Class B misdemeanor. So
wow.
The child on a tray provided by Taylor indeed vomited, at which point Knipe provided the child with a spoon. Seymour and Knipe stood on either side while the boy ate a portion of the vomit. The child then used paper towels to clean up what remained. Mitchell and King witnessed what happened. According to the probable cause affidavit, video showed the incident and the involvement of the 5 staff members. None of them reported what happened. Termination process has already been started for Seymour and Knipe. In an update Thursday, Brownsburg School said the termination process has been initiated for the other employees. While the district and police previously said they reviewed the video evidence of the encounter, they had not discussed the nature of the mistreatment. So at first they just said the child was mistreated, but they didn't go into detail. Well, apparently now the details are out. So here you go. We got, on one hand, we got this great kid named Dylan that saved a bunch of kids on the school bus. And on the other hand, we got these bitches right here that can't even care for the kids that are put into their under their care.
That's absolutely pathetic too, because they're there to watch over these kids. And this is the kind of bullshit that they're pulling in the classroom. Like, why would I want somebody like that looking after one of my kids? There's no way. There's no way I would want it.
Well, that's for all of us adults. Like, it's in our human nature to protect children. And they literally just tossed all that out the window for some of the most horrific crap I've ever heard.
This is the reason right here why I feel as though, now that not everybody's going to agree with my point of view on this, but homeschooling is probably going to be the best thing. If you notice during the whole COVID thing that went on, they were having online classes at home. I don't know why that isn't a thing, because you would completely eliminate any kind of crap like this going on in any school at that point.
If police officers have to wear body cameras for all their interactions, I think it is perfectly legal to put a camera in a room to monitor teachers and how they're treating students.
Now there is
made public.
There was a camera. There was a camera in here. But see, herein lies part of the problem. It's like you were saying earlier, Adam. These are the kids that may not be able to speak up for themselves. Nobody's going to think to go back and watch. Nobody's going to watch hours and hours and hours of video of a classroom. They're going to spot check probably. They're going to pull up and look at it if there's complaints or something like that, or if there's a disciplinary issue or something like that. But this sat there since February. Now, thank God the footage hadn't overridden itself by this point.
I couldn't imagine. And I couldn't imagine being that boy's parents. Like, I just couldn't.
My wife would have got locked up. I can guarantee you, she'd have got locked up for walking up there. Now she would have passed out at least 2 ass whippings, and that's on these 2. Now the ones that failed to report, she may not have lost her shit on that, but these 2 right here definitely would have had a little ass whipping coming, because she is a mama bear for her kids, and not just her kids, but our kids' friends too. She will take up for children. She is definitely the nurturing mother bear. And I just know this would not have ended well, except for me paying some bond money to get her ass out of jail.
Same thing with my sister. Right now, I'd have to go to Coleman County and be like, "Hey guys, gotta get my sister out."
Now you mentioned body camera footage. Did you see that Alabama has a bill? I want to actually reach out. I want to actually reach out to this representative here. This is actually coming from the Democrats. Representative John Dylan Given out of Birmingham, and says it has the backing of the Attorney General.
Really? I still don't think it'll pass.
Well, but hold on. I got my hopes up. Wait until you hear what it's going to do. I got my hopes way up. But it's a start. I'm all for it, but it needs to go a little further. But let's start somewhere, to start with, right? So she's been trying for 2 years to get this pushed through. right? And now she thinks she's got to be able to get them started. So it's going to create a process in which anyone could file a written request with the law enforcement agency based on a specific date, time, and incident. That video, though, could only be given to those visible in the footage or their representative. But now look, but now as it stands, well, as it stands right now in the state of Alabama, it doesn't matter. If I request body camera footage and I'm in it, or I'm the one that got arrested, they don't have to give it to me without a court order.
That's shady.
Now, and the Supreme Court backed them on that because there was no law that specifically required it. So now if this law goes into effect, then I will be entitled by law to any body cam footage that I'm visible in.
Yeah.
Right? Well, without having to use it in a court case. Like if I'm a defendant, it's part of discovery. I can get the body camera footage, but that is going through the court. So,
but see, my question is, like, if you come in at like the last 5 seconds of the video, are you entitled to the full video or just the 5 seconds?
Well, that's what I don't know. And I actually, I mean, our show is small, right? And but I really would like to get her on here. I'm gonna reach out to her office and see if she wants to come on and talk about it. At some point. I mean, she may tell me kick rocks, whatever. Man.
So you guys, I don't talk politics. You guys know the reason. But here's the only thing I'm gonna say, and I'm not disagreeing with her as trying to do this. The only issue I see, I don't know if she's still the governor there, but is Meemaw Ivy still the governor?
Yes, Meemaw.
Okay. Well, she's running the state like it's 1895.
Yeah,
and we have to run on original laws.
Well, so she has like the highest approval rating of any Alabama governor ever.
Like because she's running the state like it's 1895.
Yeah, there's a lot of backward shit, but
people love her.
But anyway, this has just made it through committee, or made it into committee. So I'm gonna follow this because
if it goes through, that's good. It's a step in the right direction if it goes through.
I definitely agree that body camera footage should be more easily obtainable. I don't think it needs to be passed out like candy.
Yeah.
I understand there's going to be some administrative fees, $5-10 for the cost of the disc, whatever. Some places try to charge you hundreds of dollars to get it. I don't agree with that, of course, but this is something that I hope comes about really soon. And it will.
That's probably the most reasonable. That's probably the most reasonable one I've heard come out of that district.
Yeah, and it's at least a step in the right direction. I would like to see it expanded a little bit more to make it a little more accessible to news media for if there's some allegations against an officer. Maybe the suspect or the victim or whatever you want to call them in the video, maybe they don't have the money to pay for the video. But it does say or their representative. So if me as an individual, I reach and I mean it depends on how they look at that. But like let's say I reach out to News 19 and I'm like, hey, this happened to me with the police officer, can you run a story on, I'll sign that I'm okay with you getting the video. The body camera footage.
I mean, is there anything that says that like I can't go get footage of me and just give it to you?
No. But as of right now,
like
they don't have to give you video.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like if this goes through, who's to say like, oh, it's going to be $40 for you to get the video, and then the News 19 cuts you a check to go get the video.
Yeah, and I'm sure that I'm sure that'll be done some. But I'm all for it, man. Let's get more body cam footage.
Well, I love body camera footage. I think it exonerates more than it incriminates.
I've lost two friends to police chases that turned into accidents and not one bit of footage has been seen.
And see, that's the thing. I get that there's some things that you may not want to put out in the public.
Yeah.
But when somebody is injured or killed or even arrested, you've taken someone's freedom and put them in jail. They should be entitled to every lick of video that you have you can use against them. They should have to use in their defense.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong on saying that. Like, I'm not saying that like my friends were in the right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
you don't know.
Yeah,
you just don't know.
I refuse. I just refuse to believe that two people just happened to swerve off the road and go on a straightaway. They just happen to swerve off the road and go into a tree or something.
Right. That sounds like a pit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But see, that's the thing. Body camera footage can either incriminate or exonerate.
That's probably why a lot of the police officers, they don't want you recording.
Well, see,
you have to turn that off. You can't.
Well, see, in Arkansas State Police, I don't know if y'all watch a lot of their pursuit videos, but them jokers are like, they are the example for how to do pursuits and end them fast. They try their best to end a pursuit as quick as possible, and they will pit somebody in a second, and they don't care how fast they're going, because somebody going 130 miles an hour running from you is putting a whole lot of people in public in danger.
Right.
And they would rather in that pursuit, and if they get hurt, they get hurt. They made the choice to run like that. The people driving down the interstate didn't make that choice to get run.
And some of these departments, some of these departments, in an attempt to cut back on other innocent people getting hurt, have a no pursuit policy, or
we have
back it off.
Right here on, it's no secret where I live now, but here on Route 12 in Connecticut in Groton, if they are doing more than 25 over the speed limit, they are not to be pursuits not to be given. Just take note of the vehicle and radio it in.
But here's the thing, and that sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
But if you've lit these people up and they started running from you, just because you back off, don't mean they're going to stop hauling ass.
Right.
Yeah. They're still trying to hide from the cops.
There was a video a couple of years ago where they got behind a car, lit it up, and the people in the back seat hung out the window and shot at them. And the sergeant on the radio ended the pursuit, said cancel pursuit. He said 10-9. Repeat that.
I just sent you a video on it, so based on what you're talking about. There's a woman in Arkansas who was doing 50 miles an hour at a 45, and the cop goes to pull her over. So Arkansas law is you put your four-way flashes on and you slow down the speed limit or whatever until you can get off the road. There was no exits that were available for her to pull over. The cop pitted her. She rolled the car over, and I think she had complications with a pregnancy because of that.
I remember seeing this way back when this first came about, but I don't remember the outcome. Let's see. An Arkansas woman who says she was injured when a state trooper crashed into her car, causing it to flip because she didn't immediately pull over for a traffic stop, is suing him and the agency. The lawsuit alleges that Arkansas State Police failed to properly train Dunn regarding pit maneuvers, used excessive force, and that he was careless and negligent in his actions. So here is this. Now, this video comes from WFAA, which I'm assuming is an ABC affiliate. But this is from the Arkansas State Police. Now he's going. I do remember some information about this, but he's basically pulling her over for speeding. And she doesn't feel safe to stop where she's at. And so she's not high speed running, but she's also not stopping. Now, there's no audio at first,
Yeah.
She's pulled over. So she signaled, okay, I see you. Right. She has her flashers on to let him know, or to let him know she sees him.
How long were they in that pursuit right there?
Right into the center divider, she rolled the car over.
Yeah, they hit the inside wall.
Yeah.
Talk about excessive. You know?
They hit the inside wall.
Yeah, she hit the divide. She hit
No,
the
that's what
divider
he
and
said.
rolled the car over.
EMS started.
The divider.
He said they hit the inside wall. Yeah, because you put her into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's completely excessive right there. That did not need to happen at all.
I feel like she wasn't being reckless, so she wasn't putting anybody else in danger at that point.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like a pit maneuver at that point was not necessary.
Yeah.
When I mean, if I was him, and of course I don't know specifically what their policy says, but if I was that trooper and I saw her, number one, I lit her up. She starts making her way over to the right-hand side of the road with her blinker on. Then she turns her four-way flashers on. I know she's seen me at this point, right? So I'm going to wait. Maybe she's going to the next exit. Now, if she speeds up on me, that's a different story.
Right.
But she didn't seem like she was running from him.
Right.
You can't slow down too terribly slow on the interstate at night. You're going to get rear-ended, which becomes dangerous also.
The minimum speed in any U.S. interstate highway is 45 miles an hour.
All right. But I feel like he should have waited to see, is she going to pull off at the next exit?
She probably was.
I don't think that's asking too much, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she says she was.
Can you get out? Come on out.
I'd let her go a little further than that anyway.
Come out this way.
But
Why didn't you stop?
Because I didn't feel like it was safe.
Well, this is where you ended up. What's your
Yeah.
head?
This is where you ended up.
Yeah, she said, I didn't feel like it was safe. And he's like, well, this is where you ended up.
He's an asshole, that guy.
Can you come out this way? I got plenty of room right here. Are you the only one in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Bystander.
Well, man, you've got to pull over when we
got
stop.
tactical pants on, so it's might be like EMS or something.
Come
I
on
didn't
out.
feel like it was safe.
Oh, you can hear like his tone change when she says I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I thought it would be safer to wait until the exit.
No, ma'am, you should pull over when law enforcement.
Wow.
No, horse shit. You don't ever do that.
She said, I thought it would be safe to pull over at the next exit.
I had an officer thank me for waiting till we got to the other side of the bridge before I pulled over.
Yeah, I mean.
But the law, well, I don't know how Arkansas law is written. Alabama's law states that you pull immediately to the right and stop.
Well, in Arkansas, I did look into it.
You stop.
Yeah, I did look into Arkansas's laws after I watched this. And as soon as the cop lights you up, you were supposed to stop that vehicle immediately. However, there's also a statute in there where if you're on a highway like this and there's no way to pull over, you put your four ways on and you do the speed limit, indicating to the officer that, yes, I see you and I'm going to pull over as soon as I possibly can.
I bet money. Watch this. I'm going to pull over. I'm going to stop that vehicle immediately, and I hope you're ready for immediately.
Well, now, so in the troopers defense here, there is room on this side to stop. There is a shoulder on the sides.
There is
see
a
how much
shoulder on both sides.
See how much room is on this side. You got the same amount over here.
That's just my personal thing, because so I don't know if y'all heard about the tow truck driver that got killed in 2016, in December of 2016 in Tuscaloosa. That was a buddy of mine. So ever since then, I don't stop. If there's inadequate room, like on the side, if there's not at least half a car's width on the left side of my car, I'm not pulling over on that. Like, I'll just go to jail. Like,
well, and that's
most Alabama interstates. Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, for the most part. Go ahead, David.
Most interstates in Alabama have enough room in the grass, like you can pull over in the grass in addition to the breakdown lane for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, and Alabama also has that move over law. where you're supposed to slow down and put one lane between you and any stopped emergency vehicle on the right hand side. But that's fine. That sounds good on paper. But you still you got all these people flying by you on the interstate. To me, it is safer to pull off at an exit. Where
that's why I would not stop on this bridge. I guess I'd be in the same position she's in, because I wouldn't stop on this bridge.
You'd end up right there. That's where you ended up. That's how you ended up.
Well,
Cernaw, what's up, Mr. Wizard? What's up? Good to see you. But yeah, I think he overreacted on this one. I mean, I could get it if she had sped up, but it looked to me like she slowed down. She signaled the fact that I see you back there. Give her a little bit of time. This was the video is from
2021.
2021. Let's see. It was in July of 2020.
Damn.
Yeah, it happened in July of 2020.
I wonder how they settled down.
I don't know, but
never looked into it.
I don't let's see if it's got that she sued here. It was published June the 10th. It was updated November 19th. It occurred on July the 9th.
How did it occur on July 9th if it was published on June 11th?
It says on well, it was 2020. July the 9th of 2020. But it wasn't published until almost a year later, as far as this article goes.
Our first argument was about to be super premature.
If I'm not mistaken, what I did find out is that officer was relieved of his duties over this. If I'm not mistaken, I can't really remember too much.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Yeah, this article hasn't actually been updated since this last update in 2021. It just said here.
Another one they got sued for was that car full of family members that were shoplifters and they were in that Honda Civic and they got pitted at like 120 or 130 off into the trees. And the family sued. The family sued, but it didn't go nowhere.
I shouldn't have to fear for my life every time I try to steal from a store.
Right. And run 130 miles an hour down the interstate.
So speaking of fearing for your life and stealing from a store, Adam and I had this teenage shoplifter.
Wait, hold on.
Howdy there.
Oh my God.
Sheriff.
Here it is.
Adam and I had this teenage shoplifter who was part of a theft ring that was stealing thousands of dollars at a time. They pretty much didn't want to do shit with her in the juvenile system. It wasn't maybe within 6 months later or so, she was stealing again, took off running from the cops, ended up T-boning a cop and killing him. Was that in Nashville that she hit that cop? You remember the one I'm talking about?
I think so. Adam? Yeah, I think so. Wasn't it that there was 2 or 3 of them that came in, wasn't it? And
it was the ones from Murfreesboro that had a bunch of shit from Murfreesboro and Nashville and all that. They had some of the Sunglass Hut stuff. We ended up getting almost $10,000 worth of merchandise out of their car.
Damn.
When was this?
Oh, this was
wasn't that the one where you were like
4 or 5 years ago.
So
the one you were
call me crazy.
Back pocket, and
You're
I
crazy.
thought she had a knife or something. So I picked her up and.
It could be coincidence, but this sounds like some people that my ex-wife knows because she lives in Murfreesboro.
But they were a group out of Nashville, but they had hit Murfreesboro pretty heavy.
Well, so
they would travel down 65.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw that, Chris. Chris said they had a police officer and his wife found dead in their home Friday evening. So When I saw that earlier today, the article I was looking at, Chris, didn't have much info in there as far as they still weren't sure if they had been killed or if it was a murder-suicide type situation, but the officer didn't show up for work, which was unlike him, and that's why they went to check on him. Have you heard anything else on that at all? Let us know. So Steve, remember me telling you about this video that's basically like watching a damn action flick?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, we're about to look at that.
I can't wait.
Yes. So have any of you ever watched Donut Operator? I think he's he anyway, he breaks down videos and talks about them. I mean, he'll comment like we do. He'll give his input on what he thinks about certain things. I believe he's a former
in the comical way.
Yeah, in a comical way. I believe he's a former police officer. But he also, thankfully, he has a channel where he will put the raw uncut video so that you can go and watch it without his commentary if you want to, which is great for people like me that like to talk shit and give my own commentary. It works great for us, right? Oh, he was also in SWAT. That's right. Yeah. So here is, let me share this. This is from his extra channel, which I'm gonna tell you, if you don't follow it, I would suggest following it. It's Donuts Raw Police Footage is the name of the channel. It is definitely worth looking at. I cut out some of the first part because it's really not necessary, but what we're about to be looking at is right up here. Somebody's trying to carjack people on this
on the interstate.
It's a 6-lane road. It's at least 3 lanes on each side. Now, this is camera footage that was obtained from a truck driver, obviously. But this happened in October of 2020. But it showed up on my recommended, and I was like, this is some wild ass shootout we got to look at. Yeah. Now, that also means this video is going to get age gated because it definitely is going to get age gated. It's just going to get age gated.
Audio's churning.
Yes, it is going to happen. So let's take a look at it. This is crazy as hell. This part doesn't have audio, but this is to show you what happened before the officer gets on scene. So you can see the guy standing right here. Well, he's trying to carjack somebody right there. People are trying to go around him. I think he starts firing at some of these people or pointing a gun at them.
Easy solution: you hit him with the car.
Yep,
that's probably what I'd do. That's what I'd do.
That's
I'd run that bastard right over.
I mean, he's got a gun in his hand.
Yeah,
he's got a gun in his hand. I'd have shot him over.
You've got to do so much shit to get out.
There's his gun. Yep, there's his gun.
Yeah. This is
now. I thought, he's got a blue laser. Now, the first time I looked at this part of the video, I thought that it was, muzzle flash, but yeah, it's a blue laser. So that's what started all of this, right? Now you're going to see here is an officer who happens to be coming along. Call hadn't come out yet. This officer just happened to be coming along, and he's like, "What the fuck's happening up here?" Right?
He said he thought that 18 wheel was broke down.
He's probably he thought he thought something was broke down, so he was about to stop and assist the motorist. But it also had to go through his mind. I hope this ain't a fucking accident in this rain. I don't want to have to get out here and do this accident report in the pouring rain.
This is actually worse than an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when he sees this
he's about
guy.
to get a lot wetter.
Yeah. Have you seen this yet? All right, so
that was awesome. That dude freaking took a header right into the ground.
Yeah, but now this is where it's about to get wild, y'all. This is where it's about to get wild.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Challenging 1254 north. He's got a gun. Get on the ground now! Hey!
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shooting at that officer.
Yeah.
I'm hit! I'm hit! 1288!
Mag drop. Reload. Give it to him.
Yeah.
I would expect it to be more than just a pop, pop, pop.
Oh,
It's
well,
the
What
camera.
you got, a 9mm?
It's the microphone
yeah,
on the
probably.
it's the microphone on the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
It's actually
Being distorted.
overpowering his
Yeah.
microphone.
Yeah.
So that it's just making that click sound. It's actually
Yeah.
the decibels are too high for the microphone to process. Is what
Gotcha.
what it comes
Which
down
is
to.
actually a good thing because they're able to hear more stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
So-
what does the cop
he just
normally
lit that-
carry? Does he carry a 9 or does he carry a 40?
45
That's
more than
hard to
likely.
tell.
Yeah, I think that was a 45.
It looks like a 45.
All right, so this is Oregon State Police, by the way. So now this is body camera footage from the same officer.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground!
He came out of cover.
Challenging 1254 north. He's got a gun. Get on the ground now! Hey!
Shit.
Yeah. He stays in it though.
I'm hit! I'm hit!
Where was he hit at?
It turns out it was just a graze on his arm. He
Yeah.
wasn't actually hit.
Good.
Hey, contact is contact. He shot a cop.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Now, so
You didn't even have to make contact. But he lights
you can
his
see
ass
that
up right
you
there.
can see that blue laser. Now watch this part.
Get on the ground!
This is the cool part.
Get on the ground!
He's still giving this guy a chance to be alive,
Yep.
and the guy just doesn't take it.
Nope.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Subject's down! 1299! Fuck.
All right, so now the suspect's down. Now watch what's about to happen right here. Because at first I didn't realize what was happening. I'm like, did I really just see what I saw? But yeah, check this out.
Yeah.
Shots fired! 1299! I was hit by something.
This was running over here.
He's holding a bag.
He's still moving. I was hit by something. I don't know what.
You got a rifle in the gun in the car?
Yeah.
You want me to get it or you want me to hold him? I went to Canada. I left my gun at home.
You go to Canada?
I'm on my way to Canada. I saw, you want me to hold him or you want me to get your rifle?
Just stay back there.
Okay.
Can I see your badge again?
Yeah, I'm retired officer County in Washington.
All right, so
Watch this.
he's a retired officer from Washington. Turns out he used to work with the sheriff's department. Here's his badge. Now, this officer, he showed it to him once, but he wanted to see it again, right? He's like, let me see it again. And here's why he wanted to verify that this is fucking legit. And this dude is now, he told him he was a retired police officer. He said, I'm on my way to Canada, so I don't have my gun with me. Because I don't guess he can cross.
No.
He's not gonna be able to cross the border with his firearm. So he doesn't have a weapon to help, but he's offering to help. So check this out.
44 copy. 9723, be advised. Traffic's all backed up from Tim Mission.
Who's that? Oh, gun. Nice.
So he gets his extra gun out of his boot and hands to this retired cop. So this retired cop can give him backup. And the reason the retired cop got out to help is because he realized, shit, this officer's in a shootout. He has no backup right now. I don't have my fucking weapon, but I'm willing to help.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is cool as shit. And this officer that's involved in the shootout, considering how many shots just got fired, he is like super calm about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Ace, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Oh shit, I don't want this to scroll past too fast. So Chris said that the deputy and his wife said that is handed over to the Bureau of Investigation as a double homicide. So it looks like somebody went in this that was Fayetteville, North Carolina, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I was a deputy sheriff there.
That's this?
No, not this. This is something Chris was talking about with the deputy sheriff in Fayetteville that they found him dead in his house along with his wife.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But that is that's horrible. So don't know if it's, if it was a family member that killed him, if it was just a robbery gone wrong or what yet. I'm sure we'll be getting some more information about that, but that is definitely sad. But anyway, so this guy, this retired cop is helping out until his backup gets there. Now his backup,
We're in the C lane.
his backup is here.
Gotta be in the C lane.
He's checking to see where he's injured at.
I'm not bleeding. I was hit by something. He might have. Do sweeps on him. I'll hold cover. Okay.
All right. So one of the things when I was watching Donut Operator's commentary on this, one of the things he commented on was, "Hey, that's a really sweet gun, but where's your fucking magazine?"
Yeah.
Because it looks like there's no
That's
mag.
a 5-round mag.
Yeah, 5 or 10 round mag. Something
You can
like
see
that.
it stick out the bottom. You can see it stick out the
You
bottom.
can barely
I was hit by
see it.
something.
Oh,
He might have. Do sweeps on him. I'll hold cover.
But yeah, you can see it right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, most of the time when you see these officers, they have like a 20 or 30 round mag.
Yeah, that's it. You're not going home if I have to fire this.
You better be on target with those rounds.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm assuming that's a pretty good looking scope. So that's marksman. That's probably a marksman setup.
Yeah.
To pop people from a distance.
Yeah.
But wow, wasn't that? I mean, that was like a Wild West shootout, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the officer went through about 3 mags. The suspect had to have at least gone through a full mag. I mean, he popped off 6 or 8 shots, hitting the ground and the water and everything right there when the officer was coming across that ditch.
Yeah, he was close to him.
John Daynard, what's up, buddy?
No, the guy with the gun, did he die?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
The officer just went through 3 magazines. What do you think?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I have no idea.
So here's the info.
Look, the taxpayers gave him 3 magazines. He's going to use 3 magazines. All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So this says his name was Felipe Amascua Manzo, 31 years old. He died at the scene despite unspecified medical assistance.
Oh man, worst case of COVID ever.
Yeah. I know it. Of course, the officer went on administrative leave pending, the investigation, that kind of thing. They had that part of Interstate 5. That's the main highway that connects California, Oregon, and Washington State. They had it closed for 6 hours. Can you imagine the backup?
Damn.
Jeez.
Damn. Well, I mean, you know what they say, Onyx, right? You fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
He found out.
That guy fucked around and found out.
He found out for sure, man. I mean,
yeah.
Will says, "What do you mean he died? I thought Jesus came down and gave him the touch of life." Yeah, no, not hardly. Yeah, no, he ain't make it.
Not in that situation.
But there was a lot of lead back and forth.
Well, here's the thing: like before the officer unloaded that last magazine, or like the last 7 rounds, he gave him a chance.
He gave him multiple chances.
After he's already shot the officer. Well, I guess technically shot the officer.
Yeah.
He still gave him a chance to like leave or to survive.
Yeah, just go ahead and give up, drop the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. That was nuts.
So being on target.
Yeah.
So is this still pending or investigation or?
Nah.
Officer's good. He's not injured.
No, the officer was fine. It was basically just a light graze, mostly on his clothing. I don't think it actually penetrated his arm, but it was just a graze on his arm.
It's enough.
Which is good. But
so when they say administrative leave, I'm assuming it's paid.
Yeah, to be paid leave.
And are they going to have him just like seek guidance counseling just in case, or what?
They usually make you go through They usually make you go through some. They make you talk to a counselor.
Okay.
You may not have
You're
to
gonna-
do.
You're gonna have to talk to
continued
somebody.
Sessions, but you do have to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I always wondered about that because I mean, like, granted, good guy or bad guy, you took a human life. You know.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'm not saying bad or good. Like the reason you took a human life, and you know that does weigh on the conscience. You know?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're
a
going
lot
to
of
talk
cops
to
have a lot of
somebody.
problem with it.
You are going to talk to somebody at least once. And depending on how that conversation goes and how things are going, you may see them more than once.
So don't be too okay, basically.
Right. Don't be too okay.
Yeah.
Don't act like you liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
act like you don't act like you liked
it. Enjoyable.
it. Hey Meg, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. So now, so we've had this one asshole shoot at a cop who was trying to carjack people, and it turned out in the cop's favor. Now this is one of those that showed up in my suggested feed. This is coming from WKMG News 6, Click Orlando. This is Altamonte Springs, right? So apparently there was a call that came out. Multiple people called and said that there looked to be a road rage incident, and this guy brandished a firearm at the other driver. Okay. Now we're not going to watch this whole video because it's, you know, it's 10 minutes long. I mean, but what I want you to see here, I want you to pay real close attention to how the suspect or the driver is behaving and how the officer is behaving. Who do you think is going to be the asshole here? If you had
Probably
to
the
guess.
driver.
50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. Yeah.
It looks like they're in Florida, so if I had to guess,
Florida man.
Well, I mean, he is driving a Ford Edge, so I mean, not an Edge, a Flex.
Yeah.
Driving a Ford Flex, so he's probably a dick.
Yeah.
Well, there goes our possible Ford sponsorship, Steve.
Oh well, I mean, shit.
Oh no.
So, you know, a lot of times video gets public when the officer is the aggressor or the officer is the asshole, right? Not in this case. Check this dude out. This officer right here has got patience like Christ Jesus. I'm telling you. Because there was multiple times where I feel like if I had gotten in just a disagreement, not being an officer, and you know, not necessarily if I was this officer, but if I had gotten in a disagreement with this guy, say in the Kroger parking lot over a parking spot or something, there's multiple times in this video that I feel like I would have swung, you know. I'm not a physical guy that wants to fight or anything, but this guy was pissing me off and I'm not even there. So watch this. So that's the thing. So that's how the call originated. Supposedly this guy brandished a firearm after somebody ran him off the road. All right, here's where we are. Now there's going to be no audio for just a minute, of course.
Did I present it at the school? I just pulled in. Look at the food. Don't you guys have cameras?
All I need you to do is step out of the car.
Sir. And this guy can run me off the road and drive away. Where's he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? He drove away already.
So this officer responded to the call that someone may have a firearm. Now, possession of a firearm is not illegal in Florida. I don't.
Oh wait, are they in Florida?
Yeah, this is in Orlando.
I was joking. I didn't know that was really Florida.
No, this is Florida. I don't know specifically what's required to have a firearm in your vehicle in Florida. But this officer knows there may be a firearm, right? Now, the officer is very calm. Listen to his voice and how he's trying to keep this. And this is probably for two reasons, right? One, cops get a bad rap all the time. So you know your body camera footage is about to come out. Florida's sunshine law makes body camera footage so easy to get. A high school student can probably walk in there and request body camera footage for anything they want, whether they're involved in it or not. So in Florida, you know your body camera footage is going to come out, so you better keep your shit together. And then 2, he's wanting to keep things low key because this guy might have a gun. Let's don't have him pull it out. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, you're not listening to me. You're not going to address it because he's done. How can that be calm?
I know you're upset.
No, you don't understand.
Listen.
I don't even know you. You don't work here. I'm here every day.
I'm a police officer. Before we go any further, what I need to do is
you're going to make me look like a criminal in front of all these fucking parents.
I'm not trying to make you look like anything.
Yes, you are.
What you're doing is you're elevating. What I need to do
I am elevating.
Calm down.
Why would I not elevate? If someone ran you off the road, would
there
that be
does not have to be a
Can you
scene.
answer that question though?
There does not have to be a scene here.
Okay. I've answered all your questions. Can you answer mine?
What I need to do is remove you from the car. Okay. And then we'll discuss it further because I need to remove you from the fire.
I'm pushing the button. Okay. I know I'm brown and you guys like fucking shooting us. God damn it.
All right.
Damn, dude.
Oh.
So
Right there was it.
Yep. This right there is where, had I been this officer, that motherfucker would be on the ground and in some handcuffs because he just went combative.
Yes. Yep. He uses door as a weapon.
Right. That
Motherfucker
officer
thinks he's
was
Captain America, bro.
right. And then the other thing is, of course, he makes this comment. Like, I'm not from Florida. I'm not Hispanic. I'm not African American. I know that looks, I know that's shocking to some of you. So, however, the first thing this guy starts talking about when he jumps out is, I know I'm brown and you guys like shooting us. The officer appears to be dark-skinned himself, whether he's African American or Hispanic. I don't know. Either way, I don't get where he's coming from with that, but I don't.
Where'd that argument even come into play?
It's a cover my ass in case this goes south.
Well, and maybe Hispanic folks in Florida are catching a lot of shit. I have no idea. I can't. I mean, however, I can tell you that. Trust me, Mr. Hispanic guy. If you're talking to an African American guy about racist problems, you're preaching to the tree. You're preaching to the choir there. So I don't. I mean, I don't know. Anyway,
it's pretty hard to try and make a claim on racial profiling when you're. I mean, it just ain't gonna work here. You know what I mean? It's like a white guy going after a white guy. It's like, oh, you're really pulling me over because I'm white. Well, I mean, so am I.
and this guy responded. This officer responded very calmly, very professionally. He has not spoken down to this guy. He hasn't been condescending. He hasn't escalated anything. He hasn't used any racial slurs. He hasn't. Nothing that this officer has done shows that he gives two shits about what color this guy is. The only thing this officer cares about is the fact that there may be a firearm on this school campus that got pulled out. That's all he cares about.
He wants to separate him from that firearm by getting him out of that car. That's
it.
All he's asked.
Yep. Now, it don't get much better. It keeps going. Watch this shit.
I want to fucking get my son and go home. That's what I want.
That right there would have been the second time I'd have probably put this motherfucker on the ground because he rode up at him. Yeah. That's where a slight use of force is probably justified, in my opinion, right? Because he is very combative and he closed the gap on this officer and he could have easily hurt this officer or reached for his weapon.
And he did one thing that people think is like one of the things that shows a non-defensive move. He dropped his hands behind his back. That is not a non-defensive move. That is an offensive move, and you're ready to strike.
Well, you're drawing back. Yeah.
Your hands are ready to go.
Yeah, you're drawing back. Or is that where the gun is? The supposed gun is. Don't hide your hands from an officer in a situation like this. But yeah, this guy's so pissed he don't give a fuck. He is just pissed.
Want to do?
Yeah, he's not even guarded. He's just pissed.
Getting yourself in any trouble. Okay.
Trouble for what? For what crime?
Doesn't need to elevate.
For what crime?
She just doesn't need to elevate. We can bring it down a couple.
Can you go get that motherfucker who ran me off the road? Are you going to do that?
We can bring it
down. Did you call anybody for that? Answer my goddamn question.
Listen, sir.
Chill the fuck
Answer
out.
my
Dude.
question.
You're gonna force me to do some things I don't want.
What are you going to do? For what? Am I threatening you? My hands are behind my back.
I need you to calm down. Just calm down and we'll figure it out, man. Things happen and you get frustrated. It's normal. It's normal.
He can commit a crime.
No, he can't.
He just ran the fucking red light and ran me up the road. You haven't done shit.
We'll
So, fun
Oh my
fact here,
fucking God. You're not going to
he can actually get his kids in trouble with the school for that. My mother showed her ass at my school one day, and I was suspended for a week because of her showing her ass.
Really?
Yep. And it's still like this was when I was in high school, and it's still on. It's on my not my transcript, but like my official records or whatever with Jefferson County School District.
Did she need to come up there and show her ass?
No.
Oh. Well, I was gonna say if it was something she needed to come show her ass for, kudos to your mom.
No.
I'd take that any day. I think that's another cop walking up right there.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, luckily, nobody got hurt here. Nobody got shot here. But can you imagine the things that this officer having to process right now? He's trying to stay calm. He's trying now. He has luckily positioned himself between the guy and his weapon or possible weapon. We still don't even know if there's a weapon.
Right.
Because this guy's so pissed, he ain't gonna believe nothing. Or the cop can't believe nothing this guy says anyway. But yeah, there's another officer coming up. So
how the fuck you sleep at night?
he's like, how the fuck you sleep at night?
Don't chamber my shit when it was
What's up? Can you get with staff, find out what happened? Yeah.
Well, you have multiple accusers.
They all ran inside.
They should all know.
They're all inside.
Miss Martinet knows me personally. Get the fuck out of here.
Just find out what
Miss
happened.
Martinet, the one that was right here who I told what was going on. Where'd she go?
This guy needs to
I
chill
don't
the
know.
hell out.
I had to fucking get accused of being a criminal.
We accused him of doing shit.
No,
They
he
accused
just
him of
told
being a
you.
criminal, but he ran all the school staff and kids back inside the school
You got-
because the way he's acting.
Get these patrol cars out of the car line and get it going.
I've answered all yours.
All right.
Is my accuser here, or did you let him go?
You're not under arrest.
Now, one of the things he talks about is I have a right to see my accusers. And
Yeah, he
and
heard that on
that's-
Star Trek and thinks it's a thing.
But not on the side of the fucking road in the heat of the shit. That's for in court.
He heard Spock say, or he heard Spock say that in the Star Trek movie, and thinks that it's a thing.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Wiz. Wiz says when that guy came barreling out of the car, he could have had a gun. He could have easily hit the cop, and the cop wouldn't have had long to react. That's right. That's right. Chris said most people get aggressive when they're in the wrong. I agree. I agree with that. People get very aggressive and defensive when they're wrong. But I can also see being pissed off when you're being accused of something you didn't do. But there's a right way. There's a right way and a wrong way.
Hey, I did.
Stacy.
Yeah.
Stacy posted. Let's see. Possession of private. Located in subsection 5 of Florida Statute 790.25. Possession of private conveyance states that it is legal for an individual to carry a concealed weapon in their car without a permit. That comes from MikeGLaw.com. Florida sounds a lot like what we've got here in Alabama.
There's a couple caveats. You can just read the. Here, I can read them to you. 18 years or older must have a viable reason to own a gun. The gun cannot be on your person, and the gun must be securely encased or otherwise not readily accessible.
Are they required to? Are they required to report it being in their vehicle?
I'm not seeing anything of that. All it says, this is after the paragraph that I posted. It says, however, for this law to apply, you must meet specific criteria. You must keep your gun secured. Ensure this may involve having it snapped into a holster, stored in a glove compartment, or put in a gun case, locked or unlocked, no matter where it is. Make sure the weapon is not readily accessible for immediate use and well out of your immediate reach.
Well out of your immediate reach.
Informing an officer of a firearm present in the car. When carrying a loaded gun in your car, You might be wondering if you have to tell a police whatever. Technically, no. There is no legal obligation to inform the police officer. However, you might want to bring it up in a scenario that seems more involved than a routine traffic stop. And it just goes on saying why you should.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think that's something that Alabama's revisiting since we went constitutional carry. I think that was some of the legislation they wanted to go back and put in there was that if you do have a firearm in the car, you're required by law to inform the officer that you do have one.
I don't have a problem with that. However, I don't have a problem with that. However, here's where I would have issue, right? I get if you're stopping me on a traffic stop and I say, hey officer, just to let you know, I do have a firearm. It's in my glove compartment. Would you feel better if I stepped out for you? I would do that. However, I do not think that just on a routine traffic stop, once I've informed you I've got one, I've given you the opportunity to remove me from the vicinity of the weapon. I do not want you opening my glove compartment and taking possession of my weapon.
Right.
You remove me from where the weapon is.
Right.
But don't remove my weapon from where I am.
Right. Well, see, and since
I'm pretty sure that's probably what they would do.
Well, and since you've notified him, if he really wanted to find out, like if you were a convicted felon or something, he could go back and find out,
right,
and then go from there and develop probable cause.
And I'm off. I mean, I get that the fact now every officer in Alabama has to assume people have a weapon concealed on them now because we can. So I get that an officer may ask you, do you have a firearm? And I get that if you say yes, it's in my glove compartment. I get that they may want you to step out and move away from that firearm. I'm fine with all of that. Because at some point, there's some give and take, right? If we want police officers to be held accountable when they fuck up and do the wrong thing, if we ever can abolish qualified immunity, because that's some bullshit that should never exist. But if we want to hold cops accountable, then we as citizens have to bear some responsibility and some accountability as well, right?
Yeah.
If we're going to own a firearm, we can't be negligent with it, right? We can't put other people in fear of their lives. And so if we're, these police officers are getting shot at and ambushed and everything in places. Don't argue with them if they ask you to get out of your car where there may be a firearm. Just get the fuck out. Walk back there and talk to them. Keep it calm. Don't be like this guy we just watched.
Yeah.
Because when this footage comes into court, who are they going to look at as the bad guy here?
Well, the guy in the car, obviously.
Right. So if you feel like an officer is violating your constitutional rights, fine. Mention it to them. Tell them, no, you're violating my rights. Blah, 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 whatever. But you can't get loud and argue. You can't get physical with the officer. You sure as fuck can't jump out on him like this guy did right here. How he didn't get clocked in the throat, I don't know.
Me neither.
Cutie chat.
Yeah, but you argue that in court, right? You're never going to convince an officer on the side of the road that you're correct. And I'm guilty of it too. I've had disagreements with folks on the sidewalk or whatever, but you're never going to win there.
No.
You're going to win later if they're wrong.
Well, see,
so let them make themselves look wrong. Don't make yourself look wrong.
And if that cop really wanted to be a jerk, what he should do is take that body camera video of him getting hit with that door, go to the prosecutor's office, get a warrant, and then get his ass.
Yep.
And then he can't say nothing.
Exactly.
Step out. No. Oh, you're stepping out now.
Exactly.
I'm not asking again.
Moral of the story is,
Don't be a
if a cop is talking to y'all nice and calmly, don't escalate it 100 times. Let's let's keep it on an even kill there. I think that for one, this whole encounter would have been a hell of a lot shorter if they could have had a normal conversation. But I don't know. I mean, I think this guy ended up incriminating himself more than helping himself with this argument.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's all I had to share for this one. I don't want to go too
that's it.
long.
Well, I mean, that dude was actually starting to really upset me. Is there more to it?
What?
Not really. I mean, there's a little bit. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get it. I just closed it, but I can pull it back up. But yeah, no, that's not much else to it.
Was he at least?
Yeah,
he was. He was.
It looked like they had calmed him down.
You're not under arrest.
I mean, did they?
You're not under arrest.
Yeah.
He was still acting like a complete jerk.
The dude just like went from 1 to 100. Like,
are you gonna go chase him? Are you gonna go chase him?
Yeah. Is my accuser here?
Right, let's see. All right, here we go. Oh, wrong thing.
Yeah, no, we don't want to see that.
Most people don't stick around when somebody's brandishing a firearm.
You're not under arrest. I'm securing
You're
you.
not
Right
putting
now.
that on
I'm
me.
putting it on you, and if you resist,
If I'm not under arrest, you're not putting that on
I'm
me.
securing you for safety reasons. Okay.
What
you're under
safety?
arrest. Okay, until we figure out what's going on.
Oh
I'm
my
securing you in my car,
fucking
okay?
god!
Dude,
Oh
you've
my
already
God.
asked out the whole time. That's why they're putting those on
I
you.
am fucking suing the ultimate.
You're detained. Okay. You're
I'm
not under
detained?
arrest. You're detained.
For what?
Until we figure out
What's
going
my
on.
crime?
Okay.
God damn it!
We don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
But while I figure it out, I'm
Does this
detained.
seem right to you, Mr. Barnett? It does. To detain me for
Okay, well, when you start acting like a fool, like the way this guy did to somebody who's there to try and help you, the best thing that could be possibly happen to you is you get put in cuffs for a few minutes.
Yeah,
They should have done it sooner.
What's
They
that?
really should have put him in cuffs sooner. When he swung the car door open, he should have immediately went in handcuffs.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
and part of the reason, like I said, I think part of that is the cop doesn't want to look like an asshole. He doesn't, he doesn't want this video out there making him look like a dick. And then two, I think he was waiting on some help.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was at a school too.
Yeah.
He's waiting in a school line. So
Right.
But-
And like I said, I mean, he did everything he could to be as nice and respectful for that guy as he could. And I get the guy being pissed. Somebody ran you off the road, and now the cops are coming to talk to you. But if you think about it, and normally people don't think in the heat of the moment, but if you think about it, that cop was just trying to protect that school from a possible firearm. And as a parent, he should want that cop to protect that school from firearms.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm ready to call it a night and go get me some ice cream because guess what?
Ice cream after this.
Because I love ice cream. Ice cream is good for me, right? Just like bacon. But no, I haven't had ice cream in a while because our refrigerator went out when I was out of town last weekend and we had to buy a replacement.
Good. Oh, not that your refrigerator went out, just that you haven't had ice cream.
Yeah, but I got ice cream now, by God. Kroger had it on sale and I got some.
Yeah.
Now that I actually have my side-by-side back with some freezers.
I'm going to take this moment to try to reverse some stuff that Steve did and say that, like, it's not good to hit a cop with your door, but if you're going to, make sure you use the door from the always dependable Ford Flex.
Well, I mean, if you do that, then I you're gonna flex that door because it's paper thin.
He wasn't under arrest. He was detained. Now, if you use the Chevy door, you'd be under arrest.
Damn right you would.
So I'm wondering. So of course,
it depends on it depends on the year of the Ford, though.
Yeah, it didn't say it.
6 Bronco.
Yeah, he's basically got the OJ mobile.
Yeah.
Yep. He basically has the OJ mobile. So if you're ever in the Huntsville area and you think that's OJ you saw riding through, it might just be Adam.
Yeah.
So Adam's got a white Ford Bronco.
Yep, he sure does.
I've got to get a tag that says acquitted or not OJ.
Either that, or we're getting a license plate that says not OJ.
Yeah, not OJ.
How many characters can you have?
10.
No, in Alabama, how many?
Oh,
Is it 8? All right.
Oh, was it 7?
7, I think. Mm-hmm.
7. All
See,
right,
I let
hold on.
my friend Sean drive it to work one day, and David knows Sean, so Sean's a black guy.
Yep.
This lady literally followed him from Belk all the way over into Jones Valley, taking video of him. But when I told y'all I'd find OJ, and she put it on TikTok.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I have your tag.
Owned the Bronco. It was Al Cowley's that owned the Bronco.
I have your tag. Are you ready?
What's that?
Yeah. Glove off.
Glove no fit. Glove no fit.
Glove no fit.
So,
yeah.
So that's funny that a lady videoed that, but I know Sean and he looks nothing like OJ. He is definitely not built like OJ.
Not at all.
Oh,
that truck
wow.
looks huge around him.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, we're gonna head on out of here. Anybody got any closing thoughts before we hit the road?
No.
I just thank everybody for your thoughts and prayers. I really appreciate it, and it goes forward. So thank y'all.
Yep. I'll be giving you a holler so we can get together. Hopefully Tuesday.
That sounds good.
And
hopefully what I gave you will help too.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So keep an eye on in Discord and on the community tab on the page. If Adam decides we're going to do some type of a GoFundMe or something at some point, we'll get that set up and I'll link you and all that good stuff. I'll put it on Twitter and Facebook and stuff as well. If he gets any more news, he'll share it with us. And that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go down there and get that ice cream, and I'll eat it in your honor there, Stacy.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Keep
right.
it up. Keep it up. I'm going to be saying your honor. You wait.
Yep. Well,
I'm going to open a car door on you.
I hear you. Check my calendar and make sure so my daughter's graduating this month, but it's going to be on a Tuesday. Let me see. As far as I know, yeah, next week we'll probably have the show. Now, the 14th is Mother's Day, right? May 14th. Yeah, May 14th is Mother's Day. So I would not expect a show on that night because I'm going to have to, we'll probably be taking my wife out to eat or something. Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll schedule like a GTA online stream or something for that night.
Just give me the login information for StreamYard, and I'll just do the show myself.
And that is an option if y'all want to do it one night. When
you know what?
No, dear God, no,
What
Steve.
do you
It'll
mean?
be nothing. It'll be nothing but fuck Colorado police.
No, it won't be. Come on now.
It's funny you say that because next week I already think I know what the video is going to be titled. I think I'm going to call it Steve Loves Colorado Cops.
Yes. Just do nothing but Colorado cops.
And we're just going to do nothing but Colorado cops.
Nothing but Colorado cops. You know what? I will tell you there are some really cool cops in Colorado.
Yeah. They're going to be doing good deeds. They're going to be like saving kittens from burning apartments and giving kids ice cream. And see, you hate that.
All right, y'all. That's going to do it. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I certainly do appreciate it. We'll be back here next week, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern on Sunday, as always. Peace and love, and go out there and show folks some respect. Let's start respecting other human beings, please. We're lacking that so bad. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See y'all next time. Y'all have a good night.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage.